Gymani diarib a chynúsle, agus tá míle fáil trúb ar fad chuig an ócáid fíor speisialta an siotranúna agus muid ceilúir le chéile go rádam heachtain seachtain náisiúnta na haireachta. So good afternoon and welcome everyone to this year's National Heritage Awards. We're here in the absolutely beautiful Gloucester House. I know we've all been having a bit of a snoop around, enjoying all the rooms. My friend got married here a number of years ago, and it's just such a beautiful venue and a very special place for this very special day, celebrating the incredible work that you all do. My name is Sheila Shoiga. I'm thrilled to be here with you today as your host, as we honour and celebrate your amazing work and those of you around the country, all the communities that you interact with that are doing incredible work in the heritage sphere in Ireland. So we're delighted to have you here today. I know a lot of you have travelled quite some distances to be here for this award ceremony. So well done and congrats to all of the nominees, everyone up for an award here today, and all the supporters that are here to cheer along. We also have some National Heritage Week partners present also, so a big welcome to them, along with some of the sponsors of the awards. And of course, we'd like to say a big welcome to everybody who's tuning in online as well. So we're delighted to have you. So 2023 saw the public embrace National Heritage Week as much as ever before, which was wonderful. Individuals and communities responded with great enthusiasm as the theme of living heritage, seizing the opportunity to celebrate our traditional skills and pastimes across the country of Ireland. Special mention for the trophies that the winners will be receiving here today. They were created and designed by Tom MacDonald, who was one of Ireland's last living traditional tinsmiths. So you'll see the unique nature of these wonderful trophies for those of you who are lucky enough to win the overall categories. During today's award ceremony, we'll also be showing some short clips of all the shortlisted projects for the awards. And as we've always said, but it's important to note again, each and every one who's been shortlisted has done so incredibly well. It has been whittled down to the very best across the country. So to even make it this far is an amazing achievement. Now, before we get going with all the awards, we'd like to introduce a short message from the Minister for Housing, Local Government and Heritage, Darragh O'Brien TD.
Hello everyone, it gives me great pleasure to address you all for the 2023 National Heritage Week Awards. I'm very sorry I couldn't be with you in person, but I'm delighted to get the opportunity to congratulate all of you who have been shortlisted for an award. As Minister for Housing, Local Government and Heritage, I have the privilege of working in areas that I'm really passionate about, and I'm proud of all that has been achieved in the heritage sector over the last number of years. Last year, the Heritage Council received its largest budget since 2009 of €13.8 million. And with this increased level of funding, I know they've been able to support more heritage practitioners, more local authorities, community groups and heritage organisations than they've ever been able to do before in its 28-year history. The funding they issued through grants increased 13% to €6.6 million. Support for heritage infrastructure increased 15% to €2.6 million. And funding for their strategic programmes increased by 35% to €1.6 million. National Heritage Week also continues to grow and evolve, with almost 2,000 events organised this year, and my department will continue to support its development with the aim of bringing your wonderful events to as wide a range of people as possible. Of course, National Heritage Week couldn't happen without you, the event organisers, and I really want to thank you for the contributions you make and for sharing your knowledge and your passion with the public. Finally, I'd like to congratulate once again the shortlisted candidates and the winners of the Living Heritage Award, the Inclusive Heritage Award, the Wild Child Award, the Water Heritage Award, the Irish Language Award, the Sustainability Award and the Heritage Hero Award, to name but a few. This recognition is richly deserved. Gura míle maith agaibh go léir.
Agus gura míle maith ada. Okay, I'd now like to welcome the CEO of the Heritage Council, Virginia Tehan, to join us on stage.
Thank Sheila, and good afternoon, everybody, elected representatives and Cathaoirleach of Carlow County Council. It's really a wonderful pleasure for me to welcome you to the 2023 National Heritage Week Award ceremony. Today, I'm really pleased to be here from a completely new venue for us, Gloucester House in County Offaly. We decided to move ourselves out of Dublin right into the heartland of where a lot of our work resides. And I'd especially like to thank you for attending, but also welcome the participation of Minister O'Brien, and also we will have a recorded participation from Minister Noonan, the Minister for Heritage. I would also like to take this opportunity to extend a special thank you to Dr. Martina Maloney, who's the chairperson of the Heritage Council. Martina is with us today and she's a busy lady. I know she's been not only all over the country but outside Ireland for a lot of the last week. But she always makes it our business to be here with all of us here when we're celebrating our landmark events. So thanks to Martina for being here, but more importantly, for all she does throughout the year for Heritage and for the Heritage Council. For National Heritage Week 2023, the Heritage Council invited individuals, communities and organisations to develop projects around the theme of living heritage. Organisers were invited to develop something new or to rebuild on some existing project. Formats varied from online talks or exhibitions to videos, podcasts, presentations, blogs, media coverage, in-person events, websites, all sorts of formats of presentation. And this year was a huge success. Our Heritage Week is growing and growing annually. This year, 1,112 events were coordinated, and that represents a 15% increase on last year, when we had 1,804 projects. And what makes it so important is that today we are recognising and thanking the individuals and communities who've come from the four corners of Ireland to celebrate the work that you have done in protecting and preserving heritage. Our approach to the coordination of National Heritage Week is inspired by the Council of Europe's European Heritage Days. In delivering National Heritage Week, we ask organisers to adhere to the theme set down by the Council of Europe, and in 2023, that was living heritage. For us at the Heritage Council, we particularly asked people to consider projects that were both inclusive and diverse. And it is noted that many of the projects, which you don't see here at this event today, but which we see when we get an overview of all the entries, they all rested on a particular shared theme of heritage of, by and for everyone. The expectation for us, and we hope for all of you, is that this theme will continue to pervade for future years and build on our collective work in ensuring more inclusive and diverse participation in Heritage Days, Heritage Weeks, and indeed in heritage. National Heritage Week continues to be one of the most important initiatives in Ireland, where communities, interest groups, heritage sites and cultural institutions all try to open our doors, be they real or imagined, to adults and children at no cost. And to me, National Heritage Week is a demonstration of community. It's where we pass knowledge, emotion, and interest to our young, and where we remind adults to step back, take a breath, reflect on who we are, where we live, and what we value and consider to be important. By hosting these awards, the Heritage Council is recognising this importance and value, the value that you, as community groups, reflect back to us, and the value that citizens reflect back to you on the ground. This value cannot be expressed in monetary terms, but it has an impact that resonates beyond Heritage Week. At the Heritage Council, we know we must continue to support you, encourage you, and thank you for all that you do. And before leaving today, I would like to extend my thanks to many of the people who help us make Heritage Week happen. And these are our partners, many of whom are represented here today, and they include Fáilte Ireland, the Irish Landmark Trust, the Local Authorities Waters Programme, the Office of Public Works, RTE Supporting the Arts, the Heritage Officer Network, the Irish Times, the Department of Housing, Local Government and Heritage, and our new partners for 2023, the National Lottery. These organisations are key in helping the Heritage Council share all the wonderful built, natural and cultural heritage projects that make National Heritage Week what it is. Our partners are also invaluable resources for project organisers as they develop and research their projects and help them through benefit in kind and through support on the ground. I also wish to thank our award sponsors, the Local Authorities Waters Programme and the Department of Children, Equality, Disability, Integration and Youth. At a county level, National Heritage Week is coordinated by the Local Authority Heritage Officers, and now we also have Local Authority Biodiversity Officers. Their colleagues with numerous local heritage groups and organisations support the initiation of projects and their delivery year on year. I'd particularly like to thank those local authority-based groups who give so much to heritage across the year and across the decades. And thank you for your work, your commitment, and for the commitment of many of the directors of services, chief executives, and elected representatives whose support really make change happen. Sheila Shoiga has agreed to host today's event. I want to thank Sheila for her support for heritage and for the work that she and her colleagues across all broadcast media do for us throughout the year, showcasing the work of the Heritage Council and also our wonderful Heritage Week. National Heritage Week, or indeed today's event, does not happen by accident. It requires huge coordination, planning, and at times a little bit of crisis management. I would like to thank especially the professionalism of my colleagues, the team at the Heritage Council, under the leadership of Pearse O'Keefe. I'd like to say a special word of thanks to Ronan Healy, who joined the Heritage Council as National Heritage Week Coordinator earlier this year. Well done, Ronan. I don't see him here. He's probably ferreting around somewhere. He's down at the end of the year. A welcome Bula Boss. He's done a great job this year, and it's onwards and upwards, Ronan. We expect another brilliant venue next year. I also want to acknowledge Martina Malone, who cheerfully does a lot of heavy lifting for all the background work in the coordination of Heritage Week, which starts much earlier than August, I can guarantee you. And the other colleagues who are here today, Susan and Tara, all of whom are very pleasant and cheerful and hardworking, and they do huge work to make Heritage Week run smoothly. Today, we're supported by an excellent production team here at Gloucester House, and I want to thank them for their assistance. Sheila mentioned the awards today, and I think it is important that I reiterate her words. We launched National Heritage Week earlier this year in the workshop of Tom MacDonald and James Collins in Finglas, County Dublin. Tom and James are the last two remaining traveller tinsmiths in the country. And with the passing of time and plastic and other materials largely replacing tin-made objects, the skills of tinsmiths and other craft workers are sadly disappearing. We'd like to reverse that. So today's awards were commissioned by us and made by the tinsmiths, and are particularly special pieces of work. And I hope that you treasure them, those who receive them. And I also would like to acknowledge Tom and James for their work in keeping this important craft alive. Finally, I would like to both welcome and thank all of you here today for your attendance, for your interest and support for heritage. We appreciate it at the Heritage Council. We appreciate your time, your passion and commitment. Thank you for being here and enjoy the ceremony. Gurv Mila Mahagov.
Thank you so much, Virginia. Gorgeous words there. Okay, we'll get going now with the awards. We've 7 in total. I know we did a quick run through earlier on. So again, just a quick reminder, we will be showing a video of all the nominees. We'll be announcing the overall winner. They'll join us on stage. A very quick chat, a question or two from me, that's it. Some photos by our photographer, Alf. And then we'll bring up our runners-up who'll also be receiving their own awards and certificates. And then we'll move on with the next award. And we have Martina Maloney, who's the chairperson of the Heritage Council, and Virginia, who will be presenting our winners and our runners-up with all of their awards. Okay, the themes of National Heritage Week are reflected in many of the award categories. We're going to start with the Inclusive Award. This is an award to celebrate those organisers that design events for maximum involvement of community members. It's awarded to an event that's made a very special effort to share heritage with absolutely everyone in their community, including those who are new to heritage, those who don't have any local roots, or those who have additional accessibility needs. So let's take a look at the nominees. Congratulations to all our nominees, but the overall winner is Seeing Without Sight exhibition by the Hunt Museum. Congratulations. Congratulations, our first winners here this evening of the Inclusive Award, the Hunt Museum and Seeing Without Sight exhibition. So I'm going to come to you, and it's Maria. Maria, can you talk us through the inspiration behind this particular exhibition?
Well, actually, we've nominated Hannah as...
Okay, I'll jump into Hannah. Hannah, there you go. I'm going to jump over here.
Where to stand. The inspiration stemmed from many different sources, and particularly in 2021, we did the Arts Disability Ireland training, which was just so eye-opening. The Hunt Museum has always opened its doors. Myself am a visually impaired co-curator who's engaged with this project. And just a huge thank you to everyone involved, especially the Dulsons. Without their research, this wouldn't be possible. Without the other co-curators who can't be here today, their insight was so valuable. And most of all, a huge thank you to, as well, the Rapid Innovation Unit and also Maria Cagney, who, without her creating this program, it never would have become what it is today. And to see the enormous response, we couldn't be more grateful to everyone involved. Thank you.
Well, Cohordichas Leave, the winners of the Inclusive Award. Well done, guys. The Seeing Without Sight exhibition in the Hunt Museum. Alpha's going to take a few more picks, and then we'll be announcing who, of course, The runners-up are in this category as well. So thank you so much, guys. Enjoy. Okay, and please put your hands together in no particular order. Of course, for our runners-up, we have Knights and Conquests Heritage Centre for their event, Dúchas Bill. If you want to make your way to the stage, congratulations. Míle fáilte. Congratulations, guys. Well done. Knights and Conquests Heritage Centre for their event, Dúchas Bill. And also to Sanctuary in Nature and Heritage Excursion at Phoenix Park, our other runners-up in the Inclusive Awards. Well done. Míle fáilte. Well done. Okay, 1 down, 6 to go, and what we'll do this time, so for the winners when they come up, Alf will take the photos first. I'll jump in then for the questions, so we'll make sure that Alf has his photos first, and we'll keep things moving along as quick as we can. Okay, this next award is a Sustainability and Climate Award. It's awarded to the event or project that best demonstrated special effort to incorporate environmentally friendly practices to reduce our carbon footprint and impact on the natural world, or also an event that provided education on the impact of climate change and good sustainability practice. So let's take a look at the nominees. Winner of the Sustainable and Climate Award for 2023 is SPAB Ireland Working Party 2023 in Cavan. Congratulations. Well done. By the Society of Protection of Ancient Buildings in Ireland. Congratulations. Guys, well done. Let's talk about the motivation behind this project and how it all came about. Deirdre, are you the spokesperson? Okay, wonderful.
So SPAB is the Society for the Protection of Ancient Buildings, and it was founded in 1877 in the UK. So we are 6 years old in Ireland now. Each year we run a working party to facilitate training of traditional skills and promote sustainability, biodiversity and general protection of our built heritage. Kat is the building owner, and she bought a Ruhy Mill with her partner Chris last year, and she came to our working party last year and told us about the wonderful project that she had there, so we thought that would be a perfect location for our site this year. So we held a number of different workshops in consolidating the mill building, in doing some timber workshops with our master craftsman David here, who trained people in how to carve timber, and that's going to kind of facilitate the mill working in the future again. Kat and Chris have a great approach to the site as well. Kat is a conservation architect and her partner Chris is an ecologist, so they've built in so many different elements into their site, with reed beds, with development of cob buildings for their plant areas, and it's just a really, really good way of protecting our built heritage. And we'd also like to thank kind of all of the people from our committee as well who have been so instrumental in organising the event.
Fantastic. I really sense the pride in winning this award for the three of you, and you're representing everybody else as well. So well done. Our Sustainability and Climate Award winners. Congratulations, guys. Well done. And of course, we want to also recognise our wonderful runners-up in this category. So in no particular order once again. First up we have Altadore Castle for their event Woodland and Biodiversity Walk. Congratulations. Congratulations. And also we have Nina Arts Centre for their event Upcycled Streetscape. Congratulations. There we go. Our Sustainability and Climate Award runners-up and overall winner there. Now we're moving on to the Irish Language Award. Denan an gradam gaige cellera an gaige. Bruntar an gradam seo an imimecht, nó an tunscadal a hála tríochaige, nó sprag rán fáirteocht nó gníomhacht in gaige. Caham with súlanis an himachtaí a cuidiúid in jaarliste sa cheatgóir seo. Shambuitad ná, féile saibhris na síreachta le tugra fintar agus cultúr ola, cóthárdacha slíb. Cóthárdacha slíb buitirí an seotranúna, so cécha tábhachtach a bhí sé imeachta chud ar siúl tríochaige, cé tá géar labhairt?
Well, dús ba I bailam ar muhas ar son an cáiste tógra fentars cultal alú ar muhas a hórtar son na henta seo. Tá bailan ar muhas fásta horta síla iari in banistear agus mi I gael a hwyl, tá sé dgóni gobar go cruai le a martí pobl ar siúl. Tá team ag I gawn loníthe ag bancrocht an níu a gantarch le gníile in níor chuisgurt tír honal sa ghialtat. Agus tá na ceantratha ghialtat mar ceanta clíahain don teangaí agus don dúchas. Agus mar sin bíon tú séite ag tóirt an ggéalaige in ar go imachtaí a gcónaí. Tárann sé deistún in seanse seo tá tóca ó bhí arcéide cuiceán le ábhar néidere tóca le láhain na daoine cíglainn imachtaí ar siúl don pobl. Agus an sin fásta híglann seo roinnt le dúd siad a hígar cuairt againn. Agus mar a teas againn mar a chuid mici a héana ar imirce agus na glúnta hánig in dhé agus a diaspora an ar híg siad arráis go seanád ag cuairtú an baile. Híglah a háart ag tíhí cas le seo agus sinna amsú. Higlofa sí san atmas agus sa suanis agus tá siad sáil arís. Agus sinna fáig bhfuil an céala go táhata agus go imide a chuineal beá. Tá se beá lenne ahan le an ar síl agus bhíar an éitní cosala an éire tóga seo bhíar an se deistún é chuineal beá. Báilm agus le buíthe a hort Tá áfaige éire gúna ná Joe Gallagher, bhíar an se taú agus spregu agus meisna dúniuóí le leanstan na ré, agus tásúlas agan nobar seo an eile gáil, agus gur míle maithigah agus ámór ar na grúpi eile a bhíon seo aniu fásta.
Sin go hálinn, go háideach slíb. You can really sense your pride and passion for what you do. Na butchery, gon gradam na gaige a mbliana, fair play, could give a lábhar le chéile, anha.
That's. So it is cohortachas le tugra filter agus cultúr alla agus bóáilinn chuid a hort gan bhuiiteir sa darna háit hecht chofadalinne de státe chomá agus bei brunne le duna chomá le sin áras Cheanháin agus an imachta Jacob knúsach leabhar heritageweek.ie cohortachas slíb. Tá sé simúil muintear dúna ngáil a bhí a lug sa category seo. So strongly represented by Donegal in the Irish Language Award this year. So well done to both. Fantastic. Oh, sorry. If we want to look, we look at Alf here. Great. Feel free to shout, Alf, anytime you want. Great. Lovely. Thanks a million. Well done. The heart of the sleeve. Okay, we'll move on now. The Heritage Council was very pleased again this year to partner on 2 awards. Our next award is for Wild Child Day. It's sponsored by the Department of Children, Equality, Disability, Integration and Youth Affairs. And we'd like to welcome on stage their representative, Nicole Kiernan. So please put your hands together for Nicole.
Thank you, Sheila. It's my pleasure on the behalf of the department to congratulate everyone involved in Wild Child Day. I know it was a great day out and enjoyed by children of all ages, all over the country. Here is a video of the shortlisted entries for this category. Now, to announce the winner, we have a clip recorded for us by Minister Roderick O'Gorman.
I'm delighted that my department had the opportunity to be involved in National Heritage Week by sponsoring the Wild Child Award. Wild Child embodies the government's belief in building strong and supportive communities, encouraging better physical and mental health, and promoting positive play-based early learning. This year's Wild Child projects were assessed on their local reach and community engagement, awareness raising, use of resources, and the level to which they involved different age groups. There were without doubt a number of worthy contenders for this award category, and all of those involved should be extremely proud of their fantastic projects. I'm pleased to announce that the winner of the Wild Child Award for 2023 is the Irish Whale and Dolphin Group for their event Be a Marine Biologist for a Day in Shannon Dolphin Centre, Merchants Quay, Drimna, Kilrush, County Clare. They invited young future marine biologists to explore the world of Ireland's ocean giants, with whales, dolphins and conservation being a key focus. Using interactive games like Whale Jenga and exploring the IWDG's extensive whalebone collection, outside they pass down knowledge about our ecosystem to young children, encouraging them to learn about how conservation can help protect against threats to biodiversity. Their creative approach demonstrates the big impact that play can have on helping us to engage with our environment and heritage in a meaningful way.
Okay, wonderful, and thank you to the Minister there.
And well done. I was looking at those clips thinking, I have 2 kids. I have a little boy who's 6 and a little girl who's nearly 2. Now, the 6-year-old in particular would have loved any of those events, but he's obsessed with the sea and everything to do with the sea. So he would love to have been part of your amazing event. Tell us about it. And I mean, they always say never work with children or animals. It's challenging. How was it coming up with this idea to work with kids?
Yeah, it was a fantastic day, wasn't it? We at the Irish Whale and Dolphin Group, our mission is protect and conserve the marine life in our waters and the habitats, and we do that through research, but also education. It's a big part of what we do, and education with children is particularly important to get those future generations involved. And like you said, I feel like that is increasing throughout the country at the moment. You know, the kids we talk to now are incredibly knowledgeable. You know, we have some coming in and telling us all the facts they've learned about giant squid and all of this stuff. And this event was particularly lovely for me because when I was growing up, I was told repeatedly, oh, you know, don't become a marine biologist. There's no work in that field. And I initially listened and got back into it. So the thought that I've maybe inspired some of those kids to become a biologist is fantastic. And just want to say a big thanks to Louisa and Sammy, who are interns who did the lion's share of the work for the event, and our past engagement officer, Shabelle O'Regan, as well. But yeah, they made presentations, and as you can see in the video, they're dressed up as killer whales, so I feel like they need an extra hand.
Well done, guys. Congrats. Our winners. Be a marine biologist for a day.
The Irish Whale and Dolphin Group, congratulations. We'd also, of course, like to invite our runners-up on stage. So a big round of applause, please, for Athenry Castle OPW for their event, Biodiversity Art and Craft Workshop with artist Maria Hitchcox. Congratulations. Well done, guys. And also to Ballycumber Tidy Towns for their event, River Brosna Heritage Festival. Well done, congrats. Two are runners-up and, of course, our overall winners in the Wild Child Day Award. Okay, for our next award, I am very pleased to welcome Margaret Keenan from the Local Authority Waters Programme, LawPro, who are a partner of National Heritage Week and kindly supported the award for Water Heritage Day. So Margaret is going to announce the nominees for this award. Please put your hands together for her.
Thanks, Sheila. LawPro are delighted to be working in partnership with the Heritage Council and sponsoring the Water Heritage Award again this year. For those of you who don't know, the Water Heritage Award is awarded to an event or project that best explored how a canal, river, lake or sea shaped the heritage of a locality or celebrates water as an integral part of our natural heritage, as well as being a vital part of our future, or reflects on what more we can do to conserve this valuable resource. The theme of Heritage Week this year was Living Heritage, and it presented a fantastic opportunity to celebrate our natural waters and discover more about our rivers, lakes, and coastal areas. Communities across the country were eager to engage with water and environmental conversations through the Water Heritage Day, which was held on the 20th of August. So here's a video of the shortlisted entries for this award. Duff River Heritage Workshop by the Inishowen Rivers Trust and the Lochs Agency.
Congratulations, Inishowen Rivers Trust, the winners. How are you feeling, guys? Who wants to speak, by the way? I spoke to you earlier on. I had no idea, obviously, that you were going to be overall winners. So I'm delighted for you. Well done on the work that you've done. So how does it feel to be recognised like this?
Oh, well, it's fantastic because the Inishowen River, the Inishowen Rivers Trust we're much more of an environmental charity, and so our real concern is with the kind of the physical nature of the rivers, the chemical and the biological nature of it. But we rely a lot on volunteers and the community and the landowners to be able to make sure that the water quality is promoted. And to do that, you need people to have a connection to the river. So this opportunity by the Lochs Agency, who brought along Dr. Liam Campbell to the village of Kildare, which has only a population of about 600, but we got over 20 people showing up, which was already a great signal of the value that people put in their rivers. And we had such a great discussion about people's who were interested in the Kildare River's connection with 6th century monks, coming up the Kildare River to the different monastic sites and then going up to Scotland and then down through Europe. We had talks about the importance of rivers for food and mill, and the fact that the village was created on the mill historically, and the links to the river for that. And then we had people who, and this is back to the inclusivity of the event, was we had people who had, a real value in their local knowledge of the rivers. They knew the fishing holes and they knew the special names of the bridges that you had to be local to know it. So now we've created a value in the river, which we're going to hopefully then get people to come out on the river on the cold February days when we need them to plant the native trees, and we're going to get them there to rebuild the eroded banks with the different natural flood management systems that we have. So
this is just the beginning, isn't it? It's just the beginning. I get that sense from you that there's a lot of passion here, there's a lot of drive. I feel so bad that I've been blocking you from everybody else, but well done, guys. Winners, very deserved winners here today. Congratulations. Continued success in your work.
Well done. Inishowen Rivers Trust. And of course, we also want to acknowledge our runners-up, so well done to Tralee Bay Experience Bennett for their event, Life Beneath the Waves. Congratulations. I think we'll play some music for our runners-up as well, will we? I think it's a good idea. Guys, if you can play some music while our runners-up are on stage as well, I think they deserve a little bit of ceremony as well. That would be great. And our next runners-up are Climate Action Louisburg for their event, Explore Louisburg's River Life. Congratulations. Congratulations, well done. We're flying through the awards, we only have a few to go. Now, the Heritage Council aims to support events and projects across the country. One way of acknowledging people's contribution is through the County Awards. This award category celebrates an exceptional event or project from every participating local authority that took place as part of National Heritage Week. And so we've compiled a short video with all of the county winners, which gives us a real sense of what National Heritage Week is all about. Take a look at this. A really gorgeous video there showcasing all the wonderful work happening across the country, and no doubt your work and your efforts are appreciated by your communities and your county, so well done everybody involved. So we're all aware that this year's theme for National Heritage Week was Living Heritage. This theme explored natural, traditional skills, pastimes and practices which were embraced and are embraced throughout the country. This year we have a very special award to acknowledge those events that set out to explore the theme of living heritage in their own unique way. Here are the nominees of the Living Heritage Awards. And the winner of the Living Heritage Award for 2023 is the Living Heritage of the Maharees by the Maharees Conservation Association. Well done. Well done. Love that reaction. Great. Good on you. Our Living Heritage Award winners, I don't need to ask you, are you delighted? Because I loved that reaction. Who wants to speak? Okay, so did that come as a surprise? Because you seemed delighted when I called your name up.
We're absolutely stunned that we won it, because you can see the calibre of the events here, from all these communities here today in Offaly, and I'm kind of speechless, which Maura will say is a rare thing for me. So we're delighted with it. This team, when we saw the team announced, we were thrilled to see it because, Mary's is a special place, but I think we'd all agree that we have such a rich living heritage, and it's really part of life in Mary's. And we kind of were wondering what aspect would we showcase. So we have amazing Cork builders, Cork racers, stone wall builders, fishermen, vegetable growers, and we said, what will we do? And it was Maura and Patricia really, and Martin Lynch, we'll say Fahamore people, decided why not do a trail from Fahamore to Ciandiha, and we had 9 different stops along the route. And to be honest, we said it would take 2 hours. We weren't sure, if we'd get off the ground at all, who would show up, because I know the night before, Maura and Patricia were phoning, people to make sure that they would be there at their stations to do it, But the crack we had on the way, everyone, we had a mixture of community people, our diaspora came back for it, we had visitors to the area, and it was just such fun. We were singing, we were dancing. And I suppose I would just like to pay tribute to Maura and Patricia here in particular, and Martin Lynch, because without it, I don't think it would have happened. I think we would probably have been in a room somewhere with the one boring workshop. But these ladies really brought it to life, and I'd just like to thank them. So it was great crack.
Clearly you did amazing work. You're our overall winners in the Living Heritage Award. Congratulations.
Well done, well done, well done. The Living Heritage of the Maharees. And it's funny, you were getting emotional there, and I think it's representative of a lot of people in the room and a lot of people who've been on stage speaking, because I suppose when you're working in heritage, you're doing something that really matters. I don't need to tell you guys this is what you do. It's very much tied up in the heart, because it really matters. You're honouring those who went before, you're keeping these skills and these stories alive for future generations. So it is powerful stuff. And I suppose as an outsider being here today, I'm humbled by the work that I'm seeing. I think you're doing incredible. I'm getting emotional myself now, so I better pull it together. Okay, let's congratulate the other runners-up in this category. This is, of course, the Living Heritage Award, so well done also to Brackna Heritage Society for their event, St. Brockhanswell, Brackna. Congrats. Congratulations. And our next runner-up is Donegal Gap Heritage and History Group for their event Treasuries in Our Bogs. Congratulations. Apologies, I said that wrong. It's Treasures in Our Bogs. My apologies. So no one is available to attend from Donegal Gap Heritage and History Group, so we're delighted that we have Donegal Heritage Officer Joe Gallagher with us today, who accepted the award on their behalf. Okay, without a doubt, one of the highlights of National Heritage Week and the awards is the Heritage Hero Award. The recipient every year is somebody who works tirelessly to develop the heritage of their area, who makes it accessible to people through involving the wider community, and who displays an outstanding contribution to protection and promotion of heritage. This is, of course, our last award today, and we have certainly saved the best to last. This is a very special award, and we'd like to invite Owen Sullivan, the Carlow County Heritage Officer, to join us on stage, and he's already there. Had I just looked across. Brilliant. He is going to tell us about this award. Thank you, Owen.
Thank you very much. Apologies for scaring you. It's lovely to be here to say a few hopefully short words about a very, very proud Carlow person. I'm speaking about Bridget Fox. Bridget has been known to me for the last 2 years as Heritage Officer with Carlow County Council. Bridget was born in the beautiful part, and I am slightly biased, of South Carlow called St. Mullins, a beautiful early monastic medieval settlement. If any of you haven't been down there, go down there. When you do, you will see that being in that sort of a landscape, you can't help but get a strong sense of place, a real graw for natural, cultural and built heritage. It is this sense of place and love of heritage that I think brought Bridget to her chosen career, which was a national school teacher, very much so bringing on to the next generation what she had learned and enjoyed. And what I would say is, last year, the Drummond Bog, our only wetland area, raised bog surviving are in County Carlow, got money from the Heritage Council, and Bridget was involved in recording some of her own stories of her family and her personal involvement in that bog. Now, to tie this up, I suppose, there's a lot Bridget has done, and I'm not plumossing when I say that. But it's hard to think that 176 years ago, Lady Harriet Kavanagh of Boris House in Carlow introduced lace making into Carlow as a means of helping women get some extra money into the house. That tradition was dying out until within the last decade, led by Bridget Fox, the local women started to invigorate and relive this tradition, which is going from strength to strength. Bridget, on a regular basis, travels nationally and internationally, showing the skills, bringing Boris lace with her. Her other claim to fame, I suppose, is she's Secretary of Mincha Tíre. In Michael, they do huge amounts of work, huge amounts of projects. Bridget is central to that. One of, I hope she won't mind me saying, she's involved in the newsletter. That newsletter is in, I think, if I'm correct, its 30th year. Very proudly, believe it or not, back in the 1980s, they got a very posthumous award with given great credit from the late and great Maeve Binchy for the quality of that newsletter. Bridget also is instrumental in pushing at an international level the St. Columbanus pilgrimage route, which is in a process of being developed. St. Columbanus was born not far from Michael on the foothills of Blackstairs Mountains. I suppose, in essence, what I would say about Bridget when I look at her is she has kind of swapped a little bit from being a teacher of children at national school to a teacher of adults. And what I would say is every single conversation that you have with Bridget is a learning opportunity. And so say all of us.
Every day in my work as CEO of the Heritage Council, I encounter brilliant people doing incredible things to protect our national heritage. Very often, they are not the kinds of people who go out of their way to seek awards or recognition. They do what they do because they believe it is important to preserve and celebrate heritage. And this perfectly describes our heritage hero for 2023, Bridget Fox.
What I love about Bridget is the first time I met her, she was pouring out a cup of tea in a community hall. The next time I met her, she was at a PPN meeting and then a Heritage Forum meeting. And the most recent time, she was at a national seminar. Bridget goes absolutely everywhere.
Bridget is really at the heart of a lot of heritage initiatives in Carlow, be it from her own home parish of St. Mullins to here in Michael.
All the things that's going on in Michael and county-wise. Like, she puts so much energy into anything that she takes on. In terms of local history and local culture and local enjoyment, she's heavily involved in the community centre, which is a focal point for our community as well, which is very important. We all know she's the driving force between anything that's going on in Michael, heritage, the hall, you name it.
A key player in the Columban Way, and for that reason and many more, she is key to the heritage offering here in the county.
We've been involved in a lot of projects around the village. She has a tremendous interest in local history and all the culture and all the other aspects that link this vibrant community.
She's an excellent ambassador for Boris Lace. Through her involvement with the Columbanus project, she's travelled in France and Switzerland, and everywhere she goes, she presents a piece of Boris Lace.
I think Bridget epitomises the best of community voluntary.
She's so much involved in the parish, and she's good for everyone, and she makes everyone come along with her.
Her experience with other heritage groups and community groups was invaluable to us.
She was very passionate, she's very, very driven, and she's very focused on heritage.
She's everything you could ask for in a leader because she brings other people along with her. She's a fantastic communicator.
She's a cornerstone or a keystone in terms of what we get up to in here in Michael around heritage.
All the stories told now that couldn't be printed on, like, you know.
I mean, there's a million and one reasons why she deserves this project, and I think if you ask anyone within the group, you know, who deserves this, they will all say Bridget Fox.
She always reaches for the stars. There's no height she can't achieve.
Extremely capable, extremely experienced, and I don't think you'd ever stop learning from Bridget.
She's more than deserving of an award under any stretch of the imagination.
The most important thing about Bridget is you need somebody brave who'll take the first step, but will also come back, report on what you found, and bring other people along with you. For that reason, and her massive personality and her generosity of spirit and time, I think she's a brilliant winner of the Heritage Hero Award 2023.
What a beautiful tribute. Yes, please keep your applause going for Bridget Fox.
Bridget, everyone jumped up out of their seats for you to give you a massive round of applause, and it's so well deserved. I was very emotional watching that tribute video. I can only imagine what it felt like for you. How are you doing?
Very emotional. I hardly recognise the person that we're talking about. But really, it's a pleasure. It's a great tribute to be accepting this, but it's on behalf of all the people with whom I have worked with over the years. And many of them, a few of them are here from the different organisations today, and also the agencies. You know, I've been very fortunate to live in County Carlow and to have Carlow County Council involved with a lot of the projects that I have been involved with, and other agencies as well, like Law Pro and SuperValue, Tidy Towns, and of course the Heritage Council and lots of others. So it's been my pleasure to have been working with so many people. And really, I'd like to accept this on behalf of ordinary people in ordinary communities like mine, who, when people come together, do extraordinary things.
You're amazing. Do you want to step out here, actually, Bridget? We'll step out here. Because you know what? A day like this is a lot to digest, because you have spent your life dedicated to doing good things in your community. It's obvious from all the people that spoke about you there, the respect, the love they have for you. So it's a lot to try and absorb, and then you have this one shoving a mic in your face and asking you questions. So you need a second to kind of let it land with you, because this is a big deal. It's good to be recognised like this, and it's important. And I know on behalf of everybody involved in the awards, they were absolutely delighted to be able to pay tribute to the work that you do. And Boris Lace is obviously something that you are so known for. When or why did that begin in the first place? What made you go down that road?
Well, I have to say, there was a bit of a lie told here, because I'm probably one of the worst lace makers in the group. So while I bring pieces anywhere I can go and, you know, give them out, and I give the pieces to family and friends, but I wasn't the driving force behind the Boris Lace, so that was an absolute lie.
Is that true? I don't know if I buy that.
I'm involved with the group, but they're a great group, and it's great that the tradition of Boris Lace has been revived. But
I get the feeling
because of me, at all.
But again, I suppose, is that the kind of person you are? That you believe in the team effort, that it's not just about you and doing it yourself, that you have to get other people involved in making things happen?
Well, you can't make things happen on your own. You have to have people involved. But definitely, I'm not the driving force behind Boris Lace.
Okay, but you are the winner this evening of our Heritage Hero Award for 2023, and we're all thrilled. I think we should all give her a massive round of applause once again. Bridget Fox, congratulations. So lovely to meet you.
Oh, that was fantastic. Okay, congratulations once again to Bridget, and of course all our winners here today, and everyone that's been acknowledged, and all of our nominees. But we also now have a special message from the Minister of State for Heritage and Electoral Reform, Malcolm Noonan. So take a look at this.
Good afternoon to you all, and I hope you're enjoying the culmination of our annual celebration of all things heritage at today's National Heritage Week Award ceremony. I'd love to be there with you all, but I'm in Killarney today at the National Parks and Wildlife Service annual conference in Killarney. I know that for those attending today's event, working to ensure that our past has a future is a way of life, a passion, and something you believe in completely. As Minister for Heritage, but more importantly, as an Irish person interested in our history and traditions, I share your commitment and passion, which is why it gives me great pleasure to be able to address you all today. Firstly, I want to congratulate all of our award winners today, as well as all of you who are shortlisted. This recognition is richly deserved. I would also like to say a particular word of congratulations to the 2023 Heritage Hero, Bridget Fox, who has contributed so much to her community in Carlow throughout her life. As one of my own constituents, I have been aware of Bridget and her excellent work for many years, both as a teacher and a heritage practitioner, and I'm not at all surprised to see her win this award today. She absolutely deserves the recognition and our gratitude. She is synonymous with St. Mullins and Michael, where she has managed countless heritage projects over the years, particularly when Carlow was without a heritage officer. Bridget has been one of the main driving forces behind the revival of Boris Lace and is inevitably the first name I see associated with the events in the county, from 1916 commemoration events to the Heritage Week events to events on the living history of Michael. I know she worked hard on the Drum and Bog Memories project, but also on projects with Michael and Winter Natira and the Michael Drumfraz Social History Group. I could go on and on. So finally, congratulations to Bridget and to all of you, and thank you for your excellent work and service to the heritage sector. Gora Mila Mahagwiv Golair.
And thank you to Minister Noonan for those words. Now, to conclude the ceremony, we would like to welcome back to the stage the chairperson of the Heritage Council to close today's award ceremony, Martina Maloney.
Hasn't it been a wonderful afternoon? A great celebration of what's best in heritage, and I think the award to Bridget certainly epitomises the wonderful voluntary effort that takes place all over Ireland, in communities all over the country, in trying to protect, preserve and keep alive their wonderful heritage. And I suppose today we got a small glimpse of some of those projects, but there are so many more unsung heroes in every community in Ireland that are working so hard to keep their heritage alive and preserved for future generations. Tá sé de príomhláide gom bheith libhiniuh chun ceiliúradh a dhéanamh ar an ról tábhachtach atá ag gcuimhar fad ag cíntú go bhfuil ar naidhreacht sláán. Ag féachint ar na tionscadáil agus ar na himachtaí ar teaspáint I rinn ó thócáide seo inniu, táim cínte go bhfuil nach bhfuil buail ar bith ar todhchaí na haireachta sa tír seo. On behalf of my colleague members of the Heritage Council, I am delighted to join with you all today to celebrate and acknowledge the contribution of so many people to National Heritage Week. The theme of living heritage provoked so many unique events celebrating our oral traditions, our craftsmanship, our language, our rituals. And following today's uplifting ceremony, I think we can all agree that our living heritage is alive and thriving. What I particularly enjoy about National Heritage Week is that it is local people sharing their locally important heritage, what is really important to them, showcasing it, and it just epitomises the pride they have in their place, in their heritage, in their history, and in their identity. It's a wonderful concept, a wonderful event, and certainly to be acknowledged. Today is a day that the heritage sector gets to take stock, to join together, and to celebrate all that is important and positive about our work. We don't often get a chance to be in the same room together, to swap ideas, to explore synergies, and to build new relationships. And it is particularly gratifying to see these exchanges happening today. And I've seen them firsthand at the reception that we had already, where there was such a great buzz, sharing so many thoughts, ideas, and learning about one another's projects. While the Heritage Council manages and facilitates National Heritage Week, it is the enthusiasm and the passion that we've seen evident here today of event organisers, north and south, east and west of the country, and of the volunteers that really make it work. It's a celebration of our built natural and cultural heritage. And looking at how things unfolded this year, there is so much to be positive about across the entire heritage spectrum. I look at the event in the Maharees and regret that I couldn't have been there. Our Living Heritage Award winners. I'm heartened by the pride the community has in its own local skills and traditions. Their event celebrated the boat building, traditional music, seaweed harvesting, vegetable growing, demonstrating the richness and variety of heritage in their area. And I think also what was shown in the interview with the successful Maharees was the amount of fun that was evident, that was had by all on the day. And I think heritage can be fun. I'm further heartened by the presence of the next generation, who were evidently partaking in that event as well, a sign that the traditions and customs will continue to be celebrated. I look at the work of the Wild Child Day by the Irish Whale and Dolphin Group, who, by exposing primary school children to our natural world, are paving the path for our future marine biologists. The real success of their approach was how accessible they made the topic of marine biology for children, somehow managing to weave the evolution of whales and dolphins through the medium of cookie design, scavenger hunting, and Jenga. How creative can you be? And in the built heritage sector, we have already seen what the Society for the Protection of Ancient Buildings achieved with their working party in Rohy Mill in Cavan, a wonderful example of what can be done by enthusiastic people who want to put their energies into protecting an important piece of heritage. Their event was one which encompassed so much that is great about this sector, by melding camaraderie with skill sharing and by bringing attention to our beautiful vernacular heritage. There were, of course, almost 2,000 events in total, each one making its own valuable contribution to protecting, preserving and promoting our heritage. And I want to acknowledge those who are not here at the awards today, but have done so much in their local communities to keep heritage alive. Today's awards are our chance to say thank you for the outstanding work and collective effort of all participants. The awards considered the values and focus of National Heritage Week each year, and this year was no different. National Heritage Week is always seeking to broaden its scope and include a wider variety of people from within our heritage community. That is why we had the special awards this year on inclusive heritage, and we learned earlier about the beautiful Seeing Without Sight event in the Hunt Museum. Ní bháin sin ach tá an gradam gaeilge a going comá im léana, agus tá sé riantain a going an gael sin le pobl an gaeilge a ládrú a ríis an bhliain seo chuain. The County Heritage Awards is the opportunity to give further recognition to those who took the time to get involved in National Heritage Week and recognise effort and enthusiasm displayed in every county in the country. I want to congratulate those recipients in each county on their achievement. Congratulations to you all and thank you. I want to join with the Chief Executive in acknowledging our partners and award sponsors, and I would like to acknowledge in particular the work of our Heritage and Biodiversity officers who provide invaluable assistance at local level to the organisers and who ensure that as wide a variety of events takes place across the country as possible. And I particularly want to mention the heritage officers have been with us for over 27 years now, and what they have managed to achieve in their support for heritage at local level has been extraordinary. And we're really delighted that we've been able to start the rollout of biodiversity officers across the country too. And we're really keen that they are as effective in what they do as the heritage officers were in their time. I'd also like to acknowledge the support we receive from Minister O'Brien and Minister Noonan. And without their help, we couldn't have National Heritage Week, we couldn't have the Heritage Council, so their support has been invaluable to us. And we look forward today to continuing this work and ensuring we have an Ireland where heritage is respected and valued and enjoyed by all in all its forms. Finally, a special word of thanks to my colleagues in the Heritage Council, both the council members and the staff, the Chief Executive and her staff, who work on the coordination of Heritage Week and organise the event today. We all know events like this take a lot of planning, and it's been a credit to them what they have managed to achieve. Bhfuilm ma bhuichas agus ma coordis go gháil díobh go léir a rís. Cuinig í ormh leis an obair úntach atá á dhéanamh a goibh, agus le cúnamh dé be mid a rás a rís sa bhliain fiche cethar. Gur maithagibh agus gur mála síle freisin.
Gur mí maith hain. Go hálainn. Martina Maloney there. All in your fod. Okay, that is it, everybody. Thank you so much for attending and being a gorgeous audience. And those of you who tuned in online as well, we're delighted to have you. We hope you enjoyed the event. Quick word, dinner is going to be served at 5:30 in the banqueting room. So I'm sure we're getting peckish now at this stage, are we? Yes, so ready for dinner at 5:30 in the banqueting room. We hope to see you all again, of course, next year at National Heritage Week. Events such as this one. Gur mila mila magi is ochta bheith linn, agus go dtí an bhliain se thugainn slán bháile, gur mila magi.